For question C, I've written the F and G at the top of the page so it's easier reference. And for C, we have G of F of 2, which means that the G is the outside function, F is the inside function, and then we're going to apply x equals 2 to that function. So there's two ways we can do this. So one way we can do this is we can just use our function flowchart. And our function flowchart is inside out. So we start with x equals 2, and we're going to put it through the f of x function. So when I plug 2 into the red function, I'm going to end up with 4 times 2 squared. That gives me 16. Minus 3 times 2 is 6. So if I put the x through the f, I end up with an output of 10. And that 10 then gets put through the outside function g. And g is going to be 4 times 10 squared, which is 4 times 100, plus 5. And then my output ends up being 405. So we could do this as stepwise through our flowchart, which is sometimes easier than doing it all algebraically. But we're going to do this algebraically as well, where we're going to embed the f function into the g, and then we're going to evaluate the x equals 2. So on the inside, I'm going to plug in x equals the f function is 4x squared minus 3x. So I'm going to embed 4x squared minus 3x inside the x squared in the g of x function. Once I've done that, I'm going to just expand this out and combine like terms. So I end up with 16x squared. Sorry, this is x4. 16x4, and then it's going to be 4x squared times negative 3x, and do that twice. I get negative 24x cubed plus 9x squared, bracket plus 5, and then this works out to be 16 times 4 is 64 x to the power 4 minus 96x cubed plus 36 x squared plus 5. So that is my g of f of x. And then if I want to do g of f of 2, I'm just going to plug 2 into my equation. Maybe I'll do that different color. I'm going to plug 2 into the equation. And I'm going to end up with 64 times 2 to the power 4, 96 times 2 to the power 3, 36 times 2 to the power 2, plus 5. And that works out to be 64 times 2 to the power 4 is 16. So 64 times 16 is 11024. 96 times 8. That's going to be 96 times 8 works out to be 700. Let me just do this on my calculator. 96 times 8, 768, plus 36 times 4 gives me 144, plus 5, and then putting that all into my calculator, I can just work it out to be, this works out to be 405, which is the same as when we put it through our function flowchart, starting with x equals 2, f of 2 is 10, g of 10 is 405. Okay, so this is two different ways we can do this same problem.